Did you know that Indonesia connects to Singapore through the Singapore Strait via fast ferry boat ride? And the Horizon Fast Ferry is one of the most convenient ferry boat rides, leaving Batam's Harbour Bay every hour for the 30-minute ride to Singapore. Come along with Ronnie and I as we take you along with us in business class on the Horizon Fast Ferry boat from Batam on the Riau Islands of Indonesia across the Singapore Strait to Singapore. We're Ronnie and Jeremy, and we're digital nomads traveling to every country in the world. We've been on the rails and in the air for the past 3 years, bringing you our unbiased reviews on travel destinations across the globe. After spending most of 2023 in South America, we're always looking forward to more adventures on every continent. And, as always, we hope you'll come along with us for the ride, because you don't have to be a Kentuckian to travel with us, you just gotta have fun. Salamat pagi, YouTube fam, and welcome back to the channel. Today, Ronnie and I are going to take a fast ferry boat ride in business class from Batam on the Riau Islands of Indonesia across the Singapore Strait to Singapore. And as always, if you want to come along with us for the ride, then come along with us for the ride. Let's go. Our travel adventure day begins here at the Marriott Four Points by Sheraton in Batam, only minutes from Batam's Harbour Bay. And if you're curious, this Marriott Four Points by Sheraton in Batam can be booked for as little as $60 per night, or only 12,000 Marriott Bonvoy points per night. And as per usual for any travel day, as soon as Ronnie and I checked out of the Marriott Four Points, we hired a Grab taxi ride for the short ride over to Batam's Harbour Bay. And if you have never been to Batam on the Riau Islands, Harbour Bay is not only a ferry terminal for fast boats to Singapore, it is also a shopping and restaurant complex. And since Batam is only 30 minutes away from Singapore via fast boat, Harbour Bay is a very convenient place for travelers to stay because they have direct access to the ferry terminal and amazing seafood restaurants. You even have a great view of the Singapore skyline from the bayfront. But as soon as our Grab taxi ride dropped us inside the Harbour Bay complex, Ronnie and I headed directly for the ferry terminal inside the mini mall at Harbour Bay. And like any good shopping mall or ferry terminal, there is a Starbucks inside the shopping center, which is a great place for travelers to wait because the queue for the fast boats will be lengthy since boarding only begins 30 minutes before departure. Another pro tip from Ronnie and I to our viewers is make sure you have your printed QR code ticket. If you purchased your tickets online from the Horizon Fastboat Ferry website, you will only receive a confirmation email. You will need to take that confirmation email to the mezzanine level of the shopping center to get your printed QR code tickets. And travelers should note you will do exit immigration at the ferry port from Batam.
When you are here, I say, I also don't know. And she just take my passport. Oh, maybe they just want to ask you that it is a queue, and then it's because your passport, you go like many countries. I say, yeah, that's my job. I'm making job. I say, okay.
And this is usually a delay for us every time that we leave Indonesia, because Ronnie is routinely stopped by Indonesia's immigration officers every time we leave Indonesia. It certainly seems like Indonesia's immigration officers have a slight jealousy and suspicion of all Indonesian citizens who have numerous visa stamps inside their passport. But as usual, Ronnie's immigration interview delay on this day only lasted about 10 minutes, and then we were on our way to the Horizon Fastboat Ferry Business Class Lounge. But because of the boarding queue and the immigration interview delay, we only had time for a quick coffee and a juice in the business class lounge before it was time to get on our fastboat. Boarding for business class on the Horizon Fastboat was orderly enough, and we should mention here that the cost for one business class ticket on this fastboat is $47 US. And welcome on board the Horizon Fastboat Ferry service from Batam to Singapore with a fully air-conditioned cabin in a 242 configuration. And as you will notice, this business class cabin on the Horizon Fastboat Ferry offers passengers a more luxurious experience on the upper deck with wider leather seats, more spacious legroom, individual pull-out tables, complimentary water, and shared 40-inch televisions. And since travelers are traveling on the upper deck, business class passengers will have better views outside the windows and a shared business class lavatory. And as we leave Batam's Harbour Bay on the Riau Islands of Indonesia, we invite our viewers to do us a solid and hit that thumbs up like button and subscribe to our channel. That is one of the best ways that you can support our work and keep us on the rails and in the air. And for all you Lou Review fans out there, here is the cozy and private business class lavatory on the Horizon Fastboat Ferry from Batam to Singapore. But eventually our Horizon Fastboat Ferry began making its final approach into Singapore's HarbourFront, and we began passing returning ferries leaving Singapore for Batam. And here are some final views from inside the business class cabin on the Horizon Fastboat Ferry as our boat finally docked at Singapore's HarbourFront. And Ronnie now would like to welcome you to Singapore's HarbourFront, which is a stop on the Singapore MRT and is easy to navigate from this HarbourFront to any other location in Singapore. And travelers should note that ferry boat passengers will have to clear Singapore immigration at the Singapore HarbourFront terminal. And all travelers to Singapore should remember to file their Singapore Digital Arrival Card with Singapore's immigration within 3 days of arrival to Singapore. Travelers can easily file their Singapore Digital Arrival Card and declaration at the ica.gov.sg website that we have included here in our video. Travelers should also note that Singapore's immigration process is almost completely digital now. Travelers will simply scan their passports and their biometrics at Singapore's immigration kiosk before entering the country. And if travelers have submitted their Singapore Digital Arrival Cards correctly, Singapore's immigration authorities will approve admittance into Singapore and send visa details to each traveler's registered email. We have had issues entering Singapore before because the digital kiosks sometimes have trouble reading foreign passports. However, it does seem as if the Singapore immigration authorities are continually improving these kiosks because Ronnie and I had a smooth entry process on this day at the Singapore HarbourFront. And Ronnie and I should also note that as soon as you clear immigration at Singapore's HarbourFront port, there are plenty of restaurants and shops at Singapore's HarbourFront Centre. This is a great place with lots of food variety to get a snack before you start making your way further into Singapore via the MRT system. And that's exactly what Ronnie and I did on this travel day, and as soon as we finished our dinner at HarbourFront Centre, we started making our descent into the Singapore MRT system tunnels on our way over to our Marriott hotel at Havelock. And another pro tip for our viewers is get a Singapore MRT system reusable card, which you can regularly top up with Singapore dollars or a local bank account. For some reason, Singapore's MRT system kiosks still do not permit foreign bank accounts or foreign Apple Pay accounts to top up these MRT cards. Therefore, as of the making of this video, it is still required for foreign travelers to get cash from the ATMs to top up these MRT cards. But besides this small annoyance, the Singapore MRT system operates smoothly and flawlessly and is by far the cheapest and most affordable way to travel throughout Singapore. In fact, the Singapore MRT system operates so smoothly that Ronnie and I rarely ever hire a Grab taxi ride in Singapore because the MRT system is so well connected. And after a connection at the Outram Park MRT stop, Ronnie and I finally arrived at Havelock in the Riverview area. And as a reminder, the Singapore MRT pay gates also accept local bank cards and Apple Pay accounts to pay for each Singapore MRT ride. And if you're still with us on this travel adventure day from Batam to Singapore, we would like to remind you to check out the referral links in the description of our video. We keep those referral links in the description of all our videos, and they're guaranteed to help you travel better in the future. And Ronnie and I would like to welcome you to the Marriott 4 Points by Sheraton in the Riverview area of Singapore. And we should also note here that as like most hotels in Singapore, this Marriott 4 Points by Sheraton in the Riverview area does have a hefty price tag of about $200 US per night, or 37,000 Marriott Bonvoy points per night. And as we leave you at the Marriott 4 Points by Sheraton in Singapore, we would like to remind all our viewers to do us a solid and hit that thumbs up like button and share this video with all your friends on all those social media channels. And if you enjoy world travel content and jetting around the globe wherever we go, please subscribe to our channel and check that notification bell so you know when our new videos are uploaded every week. But remember, you don't have to be a Kentuckian to travel with us. You just gotta have fun. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep on keeping on. Cheers.